I've been busy trying to go through my toning work to work on myself. Yeah, because I learned it all, but I never actually did the work for myself to figure out what I needed to work on. Then I thought I could teach others without doing the work on inside my brain. Alright, so 3 things that create suffering, okay? Loss, less, and never are the 3 things that create suffering inside our brain. So, loss, less, and never, those words feel like a progression, like stages or types of experiences that shape suffering or scarcity. Loss is when something or someone you valued is gone. It leaves a hole, a grief that can feel heavy and raw. I experienced that for 7 years. Like, terribly, with losing my animals in the house fire and losing the house and losing my identity, losing my life that I once had. So less, the experience of scarcity, not enough time, love, money, or energy. It's the gnawing feeling of a shortage that keeps you reaching but never satisfied. Now, as I realize, I think that I thought that I wasn't suffering still, but now I realize after reading that one, that less is another one that I need to work on and rework in my brain. Not having a place of my own, not having enough money to have a place of my own, not having a lot of energy to do the things that I want to do for myself, like make these videos and to help people. It just feels like I'm trapped in that a lot. So never is the hardest flavor. The absolute belief or reality that something you want or need will never come. It's the place where hope feels extinguished. Now, that I don't think that I won't ever find a space of my own. That never thing kind of makes me think of how I feel about relationships and never meeting a person or never finding anyone closer to here or never finding anyone that want to move here or whatever. Like, those things I experience less and never I'm stuck on. And I didn't realize that I was still making myself suffer, even though I'm not thinking about it constantly. But I am always thinking like, wow, if it wasn't for certain people, I wouldn't even have a place to live or be able to afford. But then if I minus the place in which is my business that I barely ever go to, that would be my place in which the money is going, that I could live on my own. So that's the reality of that factor, is the fact that I would have to close my business in order to survive, or change my mindset that I can do all of it. I didn't realize I'm stuck in believing that I'm never going to meet anybody. I'm never going to be able to be stable with money. I'm never going to make enough money. I'm trying to make content here so that I can have an income through this. I need to get my life back on track, surviving on my own, not feel so scared all the time that the ground's just going to fall out from me again like it has. Alright, then the fear, the anticipation of pain or failure, often paralyzing before anything even happens. Fear is another, thing that creates a lot of suffering inside us, because we get so paralyzed to change something or too afraid to change something that actually is going to be better for our lives. That fear, I would say, is me trying to make these videos and trying to put myself out there and inspire people to do the work. Another thing is loneliness. That's another emotion that I feel a lot lately. Very long. Feeling disconnected or unseen. And here, TikTok makes me feel seen. It does. When I go out in public some places, I do feel seen because people know me. But it's just something I need to work on. Not letting that get to me or changing that. And I have been by reaching out to people I don't normally talk to and making new connections with people that everybody I know I care about. I do. Even if I don't contact them or talk to them, there's a lot of these people on here that I know who you are, and I'm never going to forget the way you support my content, and I'll never forget that, even if I don't talk to you daily. I'm never going to forget who my fans are. Shame, the internal judgment that you're somehow flawed or unworthy. Ooh, do I feel that? Is shame one? Because, I don't know. I don't think so because, maybe. I maybe do. Maybe I'm ashamed that I let that relationship that I was just in last that long and let that, what do you say? It's like that I accepted that behavior is what I deserved. Like I thought that was love in some weird way. And it wasn't, not even close to it, not even a little. Like, there isn't that anymore. That isn't ever, it wasn't. Anyway, so those less and never are my two main flavors of suffering that I choose on a daily basis, Not having enough money to make it on my own. I'm working on that. I gotta change that language in my brain so that I can do this. I don't know if y'all know, but for 7 years and I didn't care where I lived, and I bounced back and forth, people's houses, little porches, like I didn't care because I didn't care to even survive. It was a very bad situation that I put myself in, and I should have never done that to myself. There's a lot of things I should have never done to myself. Not enough time to do stuff on my own. Not enough for the type of person that I want, because I like guys with tattoos, okay? I do. And I like romance. However, I do like Goth Boy Chris, if you watch this. Not enough friends to do stuff with. I'll never meet the right person because I'm picky. I go through less and never too much. I need to work on that. And I didn't see that. And no wonder my life isn't changing. It's changing in certain areas, and I can see it improving. I just have to work on those two things because they're in my head as limiting beliefs that are affecting me daily. Even if I don't think it. Our thoughts matter. I wrote this, not feeling enough to do my work, not enough for a good relationship, being my age and not having my own place, these are all things that I tell myself. Why am I so far behind? Why are other people so much ahead of me? Unfortunately, I've had to deal with so much stuff, and for a very long period of time, I was not mentally there. And people can try to brush it all they want, but I wasn't there. Just picture this. I got diabetes in the middle of my suffering. Did I care? No. I never even took medicine for it. And my sugar was like 300, 400 for like 2 years. I'm lucky my body is even functioning. Another thing is, I'm never being able to accomplish my dreams, to help others with my experiences, and teach you how to change all of what I've been through. Because you go through it too. Everyone goes through it. And I know ways out. The formulas that work inside your brain. It's what I'm learning. Well, now I'm actually going through the process in my head. One more thing before anything. When you feel sad, angry, any of that, only do it for 90 seconds. 90 seconds is the exact amount of time that's good enough for the chemicals in your brain to work it all through, and you still be okay and it won't affect you that much. Any longer, you need to work on that. Think of happier things. Don't focus on that. All right, 90 seconds. Any of those crazy emotions. 90 seconds only, because it will attack your chemistry in your body. That's my end message today.